Oh man. Woo! Alright, let me mute this. Guys, what's up, bro? Quick live. What's up, bro? It's gonna be a quick live going over the markets, what happened today. What's up, bro? How's that pause? What's up, bro? Pause? You going crazy, bro. All right, what I want to do, I really want to go over. So we had a rate decision today. I want to go over. Well, I'm gonna go over both the fundamental. Do you sell any clothing? No, as of now, not yet. Not yet. I told myself at the end of the month, so we'll see how that goes. But I want to break down fundamentally what happened in the markets, how it's going to affect your wallet, as well as technicals, how as a trader you can easily profit. Today was a very volatile day. If you guys are in, well, you guys are not, but in my Discord, we actually broke it down, had a live trading to break down exactly what happened. And funny enough, my take profit was off by 3 fucking pips, man. That really pissed me off. Really pissed me off. It retraced and then it continued to drop around like 400 pips. But all right. So besides that though, so we had FOMC, which is today. So if you guys don't know, we have it around like annually. Can we see that shorts brand you're wearing? Oh, this is Under Armour. I just came back from the gym. But let me go back to the Fed. Everything happens. So we have FOMC that happens pretty much every 6 weeks, right? So they determine what the current rate is going to be, and this is how it's going to impact. Well, let me break that down first. They determine what the current rate is going to be, right? And then from that, banks respond. When banks respond, that means everything else responds. So whenever they raise rates, your debt will increase. The reason why your debt will increase is because it's going to be harder for banks to borrow more money. So because of that, they have to put it on you, right? So like as of right now, the current credit card APR is 19%. So on average, it was 17% in 2019. And obviously, as we started raising rates, even when 2020 happened, we started raising rates, that started to increase as well. So again, the current rate right now is 19%. So like today, they just raised rates by 25 basis points. So whenever you hear 25 basis points, all that means is that 25%, 0.25%, that's it. So don't let that, like the wordplay, play with you or anything like that. That's legit what it means. So besides that, back to what I was just saying, they raised rates by 25 basis points. So what that means is if you have any debt right now, your debt is going to increase. I mean, it sucks, but that's just the reality of it. And that's also a huge reason as to why a lot of businesses are laying people off, because they have a huge overhead. Now, the reason why they have a huge overhead, and I'm breaking everything down for you guys real quick, and then I'm really going to dissect how it's going to affect your wallet and what you can do about that. So the reason why a lot of businesses are letting go of workers, for 2 reasons. For starters, they have accumulated a lot of debt when we had all this free money that was being printed out. And by doing so, they just decided to hire all these workers. And right now it's one of those, you're the weakest link, right? So I no longer need your services. I have to cut back on that. A lot of people argue and say that's not the right decision. I get where you're coming from. However, at the end of the day, as a business, right, you have to put the business first. As a business owner, you have to put the business first. So you don't want to fire people. However, if you're in massive debt and the best way to get out of that debt is to cut costs, which is your employees, then it makes sense to remove the employees who are not doing the right work, right? People get, even these things, people on TikTok, like, I don't know why it's a trend to go on TikTok and say like a day in the life at work, and you show like you're working an hour out of like an 8-hour span and you're getting paid to like chill and shit. Like, that's so idiotic. Like, you're telling yourself, and then you get mad when you get fired because they find out. Like, what type of, I don't know what's wrong with the world we're in now, but people just love to get clout off of like telling themselves for dumb shit like that. Like, there's no way in hell, if I'm committing a crime, I'm not going to post that I'm committing a crime and then have the police look at it. It's very idiotic, but that's the world we live in. So anywho, that's the reason why a lot of businesses are starting to let go, because they have to lower their overhead, right? So back to when it comes with the Fed rate. Now, it is going to increase your debt, as I mentioned to you guys before. So again, credit card debt will continue to increase because of that. Credit card interest rate will increase because of that. And that will also add to credit card debt increasing as well. And I'm going to get into, matter of fact, I'll get into credit card debt right now. So I've noticed that a lot of people, what they've been doing is that they've been opening credit cards, getting these high limits and everything. There's nothing wrong with that. However, the thing about it is that what they've been doing is that they've been taking that credit card debt and they're going to quote unquote start a business or go make an investment that doesn't really give them the capital needed as a return. It's not a smart decision. Right now, this economy is not good. And a lot of people, and again, there's nothing against those who have Airbnb. However, like you don't want to fund your Airbnb business and just like go for hope, right? You literally have to do your due diligence. Like right now, I personally don't think it's a great idea to start Airbnb business, mainly because Airbnb, their fees are ridiculous, right? And this is the reason why people are leaving Airbnbs and starting to go back into hotels, right? You guys probably have done it as well. You're looking at Airbnb price, it'll probably have like a $199 per night, but after you do the fees, it comes up to like $500 a night, right? Would you rather pay that or would you rather go in a hotel? People are going to hotels. And then they also have things like rules in which can't make loud noise, things like that as well. So because of that, people are moving away from B&B and going towards back towards hotels. And that's just an example. So it sucks because a lot of people, again, they're like, just because you have the ability to start a business, it doesn't mean that that is the business that you should start. I think right now, and the way this economy is going, this economy is not getting better anytime soon. I'm going to break down the numbers in a quick second, but it's not getting better anytime soon. For you to make that type of investment is not a wise decision. I fully recommend that you guys will, Drew, what's up, bro? I fully recommend that you guys will first make sure your overhead is low, right? And then once you have a low overhead, make sure you have enough savings to set aside. It doesn't make sense for you to go into a business or start a new project and your savings is not set aside correctly, right? Because again, like when you're opening up a new business, when you're taking on that risk, it's not always going to be guaranteed. So because it's not guaranteed, you have to put yourself in a position that, okay, if the worst case scenario does happen, I can be able to bounce back from this unnecessary debt that I just accumulated. Because again, like everyone knows this, we can have the best idea as well. We can fund everything to the T. It doesn't mean it's going to go in our favor. So you guys have to make sure and be prepared for the worst case scenario, because a lot of people are starting to realize that the worst case scenario is actually becoming a reality. Like businesses, I don't give a damn what you see on social media. Businesses are not flipping like that. It's cap. It's not happening. It's just like economically, y'all just got to read between the lines and pay attention. Like stop looking at the bullshit and just pay attention to what's going on. But besides that, let me go back into the Fed rate and how it's going to impact your wallet. So again, as I said, so today the Fed increased their interest rates at a 25 basis point, which is 0.25%. The new Fed rate is currently 5%, which is the highest Fed funds since 2007, September of 07 actually. And I'm not going to tell you guys what happened in 08, but we already know we had a recession. I personally feel as if we are in a recession right now. It's going to get worse this year. Another thing as well, added to that, I'm going to continue dropping this down, but from a technical standpoint, as a trader, from a technical standpoint, today was pretty much like a very simple day. Like literally the high time frame, we've been hanging on a resistance. So if you guys who are not traders, you pretty much have resistance is your ceiling. A support would be like your floor, right? So now let's say if you jump higher, right, and you hit your ceiling, which is your resistance, right? What that tells you, if I hit my ceiling and I'm not breaking my ceiling, more likely I'm going to come back down. So that's what happens. As a trader, if you're at resistance, you sell at resistance, you buy at support until someone tells you otherwise. So for a lot of traders who are losing today off of that, it's like, well, you should join my Discord because we cleared that shit out. You got to read between the lines. It makes it a lot easier when you can read from the higher time frame, so you have a lower entry to go about entering. But besides that, let me go back into how it's going to affect you. So we also have unemployment is expected to enter the 4% range this year. That's what the Fed is saying. Now, currently unemployment is at 3.6%. It was at 3.4% last month. But the last NFP, which is the non-farm payroll data, that came out. What's up, Chris? That came out showing us that unemployment is at 3.6. Now, I'm telling you guys that unemployment is expected to go up to 4%, in the 4% range this year. And what that means is 2 million people will lose their job. It's not as if like, oh, maybe they'll lose their job. No, it's guaranteed 2 million people will lose their job. With that being said, right, this is not the time to be, panic and be fearful. This is time for you to really start preparing and seeing, what can I do? So again, if the worst case scenario does happen to me, I won't be asked out. And a lot of people, they get in their tax return, and I'm noticing like they get in their tax return and they're going shopping, they go on vacations, they going partying, and I'm not knocking y'all from doing that at all, right? Because like at the end of the day, it's your money, but you have to look at the long-term point of view. Like majority of Americans, for starters, credit card debt is continuously increasing. Like right now, we're damn near at $1 trillion worth of credit card debt, and it's not going down. It's actually increasing month over month, year over year, and as well as the fact that we have an increase of credit card payment, right? What that means is this. Let's say your minimum payment this month is $30, right? Next month, it goes up to $50. The month after that, the minimum payment goes up to like $65, right? It's like little by little, it's increasing. And you're like, oh shit, I just paid $35 a month ago. I'm paying $45. Like, it's not much, but that $10 difference is continuously increasing. So back to what I was saying about it, like, again, I'm not telling you what to do with your money when it comes to how you want to spend it. However, if you're in massive debt, it doesn't make sense for you to, you know what, let me take all of this tax money that I'm getting, which is also a scam, but I'm not getting to that right now. Let me take all this tax money that I'm receiving and let me go party. Let me go buy bottles for the night. Let me go splurge and everything. It's like, that's not the wise decision right now. Again, if you want to be someone who's average, by all means, there's nothing wrong with you because that's what you decide to do. But however, if you want to be someone who's tired of living like check to check and you literally like, you know what can I do to move myself forward? You have to lower your expenses for starters. You have to secondly figure out like, all right, you know what? Let me take this free money coming in. Let me go pay off these debts, these bad debts. Let me knock those things down, right? Another thing you want to do as well is you want to figure out how to make more income. Now, obviously, Eli, what's up, bro? Obviously, I'm going to say trading because I think that it's the best thing for you guys to do. There's literally no cap on how much you can make. I don't listen to anybody. Your profit is made off of you. So it's so many things I can go into with that. But besides that as well, like you don't got to worry about sales. It's so much that comes to that. But besides that, if you don't want to go the trading route, it's okay, right? I'm not telling you that you have to do that. It's just an option. But you got to do something. I don't care if you like to braid hair, if you like to take pictures of people, be assistants. Wayne, what's up, bro? If you like to be an assistant to somebody, like if you want to sell like, you know, things that you have, purses, sneakers, like y'all got to figure out something to make more money. Because right now, I'm telling y'all right now, take a breather, read the comments. You got to give me a second. I see the comments going crazy, but I'm in my bag right now. You got to give me a second. So like y'all got to take a minute to just like, all right, what can I do? What's the best route for me to take? And like, it's crazy because like we're on social media and everybody knows somebody on social media who's getting to the bag, right? So it's like, y'all got to put your ego to the side and you got to say, you know what? Let me ask this person, how you get into the bag, right? Like how can I learn from you? And it could be a lot of free info, even myself. Like a lot of people come up to me and they may not be ready, you know, to work with me one-on-one, and that's okay, right? Because I don't like working with everyone anyway. Like I also want to talk to you before you even see if I'm a best fit for you, because not everyone is the best fit for you. Some people I'm not a best fit for, and that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. So I'll link them to somebody who I feel will be best suited for them. But back to what I was saying, like y'all got to put that ego to the side and say to yourself, like, yo, you're winning right now. I want to win as well. What can I do to win with you, or to learn exactly how you're going about winning? Like this is 2023. That's not the time for y'all to be, I'm too shy. Like fuck all that. Like y'all put everything else on social media. Go ask somebody how to get in the bag. Like y'all got to do that. Y'all got to step that up. But back to what I was saying when it comes to how this affecting your wallet. Like again, as I said, 2 million people is gonna get unemployed this year. That's guaranteed. It's not on some like, oh, it might not happen. That's definitely going to happen, right? And then Powell also came out, and he's pretty much hawkish for you. So for you traders out there, what that means is it's a nice way of saying bad, right? So like you have hawkish and dovish, right? So they use these terms to pretty much like keep the people out, but I'm going to dissect it for you. So when you think about like a dove, dove is that means it's a soft landing, things will get good, right? The reason why, because doves are soft birds. So nobody think of a dove and be like, I'm scared of a dove, right? You think of a dove and be like, oh, that's a soft bird, right? That's why you have the soap and everything. However, on the opposite side, you have hawkish, right? Now, hawkish, that's more aggressive. So that's more tightening. That means that obviously the way the market is going, that's more of a drop. Now, same exact thing. Not doves. Hawks are aggressive animals. So whenever you hear that, you absolutely know that. And I'm definitely going to pat myself in the back because Again, I'm a technical analysis first trader. I look at fundamentals secondly. However, how I see it, fundamentals let you know when to get into market. Technicals show you where the market is going. Now, I've been calling this for a while that we're going to have a hawkish Powell today. Not a single other person has said that. I got the proof. I got the screenshots. I've been posting it for you guys as well. And we had a hawkish Powell today. So I absolutely, not that I knew it was going to happen, but I'm patting myself in the back because I definitely got that right. And if you're in the Discord, you definitely got that right as well, because I went over that for these past few days with you guys, even today too when we went live for trading in FOMC. But back to what I was saying. So, yeah, like this is not the time to play around no more. Like, and again, I'm not telling you, I'm not telling you not to take your vacation, because again, if you feel that it's best for you to go about doing so, then go ahead and do it. Just remember when you come back, you got to get to this bag. Like the bag has to be a priority. Like your bag, your mental health, those are two things that you have to prioritize. Who cares about the clout chasing? Who cares about your 15 seconds of fame for Instagram? Like, who cares about that? Like, that's not important. People show off for Instagram, and it's like, fam, like, these people don't even care about you. Like, if y'all really think about, matter of fact, you know what? Who's the person who just died recently? I don't even remember. Like, just like that. Like, think about that, guys. Like, the last celebrity who died or something like that, we forgot about them already. So it just shows you that, like, you know, when you're alive, people think about you, obviously see you going. But once you pass, the way that we have this microwave world, people forget about you quickly. So it's like, stop caring about what people think about you. And I'm telling you right now, like, your priority is living your life. Your priority is doing things that's beneficial for you so you can elevate yourself, elevate your family as well. But again, you can't do that if your money is not set. Like, again, your health is important, your mental health is important as well, but you can't ignore the bag. Like, what's the point? And it goes hand in hand, right? Like, yeah, you can have your mental health, that's important, you can have that to the top. But if your money is not up there, it's like, you're going to come back down. Why? Because money is very important. And people like to act as if it's not. And I don't understand why they do that. Like, you go to jobs you don't like. Why? Because you need your paycheck. You don't go to a job you don't like to say to yourself, hey, I don't like this job, but I'm going to just stay here anyway because I don't like it. Like, no. People go to jobs they don't like because they need the bread. So we got to stop acting as if, like, money is not a priority. Like, money is definitely a priority. What you got to do is, again, you got to get to this bag. And don't get to the social media bag like, you know, what's up, bro? Don't get the social media bag as if like you like, oh, I'm winning for social media. You got to win in real life. That's what matters most. Win in real life. Because again, like, you know what pays the bills? Money. Like, you know what pays for trips? Money. You know what pays for therapists? Money. You know what pays for meetings to work with your psychology or work with your mindset? Money. You know what pays for food? Money. You know how you get healthy food? You have money. These are the things that you need to go. So it's like, again, I just don't get why people like to act as if like money is not important. Now, again, I'm not saying money is the most important thing in your life. It doesn't need to be, right? Because, however, money is up there. So like to front as if it's not, like people be in my DMs. A perfect example, right? People hit me up, you know, they want to find out how much it is to work with me and everything, if I'm doing sales and stuff. And I tell them the price, and they're like, oh, okay, well, I'll wait till later on. I'm like, well, the price is going to go up. And they're like, oh, money is okay. I'm like, what type of dumb shit is that? Like, you're going to, and I know I shouldn't be saying this as like a business owner, but I don't give a damn. Like, y'all be doing the most dumbest shit. Like, why would you spend more money later on if you have the money right now to do something that you're guaranteed gonna do? Like, even myself, it's like if something's going on and I know I want it and I know I'm gonna win in the future and I know the price is gonna go up in the future, why am I waiting to buy it in the future for a higher price? That makes absolutely no sense. And people like to front like, oh, I got it. Like, if you got it, be smart about it. Like, you know how you keep money and you grow your money? You make smart money decisions. You don't grow your money by doing dumb shit. Like, this is the reason why you can make I'll do this number. You can make 100 grand, you could, and still be broke, right? People do that. And you can make 50 grand and you can have more money at 50 grand than the person have 100 grand. Why? Because it's how you manage your money. money management is key. And also, if you need help with that, I also have a money management 101 course that shows you how to go about doing that as well. I should link my website. What am I doing? Let me write this in here. HandsomeKelly.com. I'm going crazy for not linking this. How do I pin that? I went crazy just now, not even linking that. But back to what I was saying though, like I really, and again, this is going to be a quick live. I got to call my Discord at 8:30, but I really want to just prioritize you guys. If y'all want to do a Q&A, let me know. I can break down things as well if y'all need to. Let me go back to what Powell was saying as well. So another reason why it's gonna be more difficult for your paycheck and everything, because for starters, inflation is increasing. Like people are saying that inflation is not increasing, but it is increasing. So we have this thing called quantitative tightening. Quantitative tightening, quantitative easing. That's what the Fed does. So the Fed's balance sheet has been decreasing. However, this past Thursday, they printed so much money to bail out these banks as well as other individuals that they erased 4 months of bringing that price down, right? So an example is this. Let's say their credit card limit is 10,000, right? And their credit card balance is 9,000, right? These past 4 months, they paid down 4,000, right? So now they have a $5,000 credit card balance. And because they had to bail out these banks, they just spent $5,000 again. So it was at 4,000. Now they spent $5,000. Now it's back up to 9,000. That's pretty much an example of what just happened. That's increasing, right? That right there is showing us that what the Fed is doing, they're printing more money to make all this happen. The thing about it is this: when you print more money, what that does is increase your increase inflation. This is the reason why we have like mass inflation right now, and we are literally on the brink of having stagflation. So what that means is, because again, we're on track to have high unemployment. So we have higher unemployment, higher inflation, that gives us stagflation, right? So that just makes it more difficult. We don't want that. We're on track for that. People are trying to ignore that. But again, just think about that, guys. Stagflation is literally high inflation as well as high unemployment. We are on track to have high unemployment. We are on track to have high inflation. That is stagflation. Like, that's the definition. You can't, I don't care if you try to change the definition the week prior like they did with the recession. We are in a recession. They can try to play with the numbers as well as they want, but we are. And then on top of that, we also have that later on in April, I think it's the 22nd. Don't quote me. I might be wrong at the date, but I'm pretty confident that it's Thursday. No, I think it's I'm pretty sure the 22nd. 21st or 22nd, we're going to have the GDP, right? So GDP is already expected to slow down for this quarter. That's not good, right? And the reason why it's going to slow down is because, again, inflation is increasing. So we're going to see the impact on inflation as well as impacting the economy when we have the next GDP release. And don't quote me. It's the late April. I'm confident it's April 22nd. I may be wrong. I should have wrote this down, but I'm very confident that it's the 22nd or 21st. It was one of those 2 dates in April. But besides that, like when we have that, that's going to let us know if GDP is slowing down or not. But again, the data that we got today, it's expected to slow down for this quarter. And that's not a good thing, right? Because again, that's showing us that we are getting close to a recession. I also saw data for banks, that's not a good thing for the economy as well. So again, the economy is tanking right now. Again, and then when you raise inflation, when you raise rates, it also makes it harder for banks to borrow money. And if it's harder for banks to borrow money, that's the reason why you become more of a risk to borrow money from them. That's why they have a high APR, right? So it's like, again, average APR is 19%. So if you have like an APR of like 20%, 26%, more towards like the 30%, that's pretty high. However, the reason why, because banks is like, yo, they're looking at you like, damn, like I'll give you this credit limit. However, it's like money is tight for me right now. So like if I give this to you, I gotta raise your APR because I need this bread back. And if you don't pay me back, you gotta pay me a lot more. That's what's really going on. And again, as I said to you guys, like, again, I'm not saying that every business to startup is a bad business to start right now. However, you guys just have to do due diligence, right? Don't just open a business because you have the money to do so. That is not the right thing to do. You have to look at you got to plan for the worst case scenario. And you got to say to yourself, the worst case scenario is going to happen. Don't think of like a pessimist, but just be honest. Because again, this economy is not good right now. And like, I get it. Like you see people who like, they have these stories like they started a business today. By next week, they make like 100K. Those are like really unicorns. That's not the reality of it, right? So it's other things that factor that as well that they don't really tell you about because they want the story they want to paint the picture as if like the story is great. And again, like if I'm painting a picture the story is great, you're more likely going to come to me. So that's the reason why people do that. But again, read between the lines. This is not a good economy right now. The economy is not getting better anytime soon. I'm not trying to be the person who sounds, yo, bro, you're going crazy, like reading the comments and stuff. And this is not my brand. This is Under Armour. I can't sell you Under Armour. I apologize for that, but I can't do that as legally. So you just have to, I can't do that. I really can't. You keep asking me about selling you this. I'm not selling you Under Armour if it's not, I don't own it. But yeah, like y'all gotta do things that's gonna propel you up, right? Propel your mental space, propel you up financially as well. But doing things and you're not seeing the results you want and thinking that you're gonna continue doing a thing to move forward is not gonna work in your favor. So like this getting ready to come to an end because I gotta hop on he's laughing. Yeah, dude going crazy. Like, I'm trying to be respectful and everything, but you keep asking me to sell you something that's not mine. I don't understand. Why would I sell you Under Armour if I don't own Under Armour? You're going crazy. And I know that's kind of rude just now, but you just asked me the same question over and over about that. But yeah, guys, like I got to wrap this up real quick, but I'm not kind of sound like a dick. Hey, that's the reality of it. But yeah, like in closing, guys, like credit card debt is going to increase. Rates are still increasing. The economy is not good. Unemployment is expected to have to hit the 4%, which means that we are going to have 2 million people lose their jobs. I don't want you guys to be one of those people. However, in the event in which you are one of those people, right now is the time to prepare. Are you financially ready to lose your job? If you're not in that place to lose your job, and again, nobody wants to be, but if you're not financially ready to do so, start now. Cut back on your expenses, right? Figure out ways for you to increase your income. And then once you have that set, go all in with those things. Because again, your job is set. You know how to work your job. Like you go in, clock in, do your job, come home. You got that already. Now let's figure out other things that you can do to increase your income, increase your capital. And by doing so, again, you want to be prepared that if the worst case scenario does happen, it's not going to really set you back. It may set you back for a little bit because you don't have that income coming in, but it's not as if like you're out on the street, you're going crazy, woe is me, and so forth. So guys, in closing, make sure you guys do all that. If you guys are looking to any of my products and services, the link is in my bio as well as pinned down there, handsomekelly.com. If you guys are looking to join my Discord, in which I do things like this every single day for them. We do live trading. We do a 2 weekly group calls, sometimes 3 or 4, depending on how it's looking. I actually have a group call in a few minutes. That's why I have to get off of this. But yeah, join that TPS, the Profit Society. You can join that. Go and link in my bio as well. If you are interested in going becoming a full-time trader or even trade yourself, hold up. Go ahead and bust out them 60 hours at work now. Yeah, Drew. Yo, Drew, we've been saying this for a while, bro. We got to hop on live together, bro. I'm definitely going to text you after tonight. After I'm done with this group call, I'm going to text you, bro. We got to get it for the people, man. They need this. But I appreciate everyone who joined in. And until next time, guys, peace out.